Hey guys, Dr. John from the Family Wellness Center. Today what we're going to talk about is lifting mechanics. We had a couple questions this week on people who've had injuries with their spine or have had a hard time actually getting in position to lift, and how do we lift properly. The first thing that I want to go through is actually how to stabilize your spine. How do we create some strength in this area so that we don't end up injured? So we're all going to do this together, and you can stand up and watch and do this with me. And this is our cueing exercise for strengthening the core and actually being in a good position when we do end up lift. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to stand with our feet about hip width together. You can see my little toe shoes are right underneath my hips. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze my butt together. Okay, now what this does is it makes a really strong contraction out of your glutes, which support your spine. After that, I'm still squeezing. I'm going to bring my breastbone down towards my pubic bone by tightening my abdominals. Okay, just a little bit. I'm staying really tall, I'm not hunched over. Next and last piece of this puzzle is to take your hands and pull them in so that your shoulders actually go back. So if we look from the side, this is relaxed. I got my feet underneath, I squeeze my bum, I tighten here, and I pull. Now in this position, I should actually feel really strong through the midsection. Now we just add the next component, which is how to lift properly. We've all heard from time to time that we should lift from our legs and not with our back. I'm actually going to partially disagree with that. Some of the greatest lifters in all time use their back substantially to lift. So we're going to do something called a hinge movement. In a hinge movement, the hips go back to allow for the hips and the back and the legs to work as one unit. We can think of this as almost trying to sit back and down. So for instance, in this case, I take a wider stance with my knees. I still squeeze my bum, tighten here, and pull back. But the first movement I'm going to do is where my hips actually drive back. So in this position, I have my tightness through the core. My hips are going to come back and down, and they're going to travel back as if I'm going to sit down on a chair. And then coming back up. So now let's add in the lifting portion to this. You're going to want to practice doing that a handful of times just to get the feel of your pelvis going back and down and the tightness. You should be practicing these as separate portions. Say we have a laundry basket or a weight that we're going to be using, right? We're in the gym, we're using kettlebell, we're at home, we got a whole pile of laundry. Well, the same portion, you're going to put a foot on each side. You're going to squeeze your bum together. We're going to tighten up here. We're going to pull here so our shoulders are back and down. Our hips are going to go backwards, just like we saw before. We're going to go backwards. The hands then go in between. And we're still nice and tight through our midsection. Come down, grab, however we want to grab. And then through here, we're going to drive the hip up and through. Okay? We can practice this over and over. And in the gym, they actually call this a deadlift. This is a great way to strengthen your core, the muscles around your spine, and really make sure that you're doing your lifting safely. Break these down to 3 steps: tightness from within, squeezing the glutes, staying upright, the hips coming back and up, and you'll find that most of the problems you have with lifting start to dissipate. If you have any questions, as always, post them on Facebook, come into the office, give us a call, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great day. Bye for now.